Hey everyone! Today we're diving into a thriller that connects a very modern murder to some seriously dangerous secrets from an ancient emperor. We are talking about Satir of Nayak's The Emperor's Riddles. So, just imagine this for a second. There's a secret society out there, and they're guarding knowledge so powerful that yeah, people are willing to kill for it. Then you throw in 9 cryptic riddles left behind by an ancient emperor, and a brutal present-day murder that connects it all. That's the puzzle we're going to unpack today. Alright, so first up, let's talk about the murder and these riddles that get the whole story rolling.
The whole thing kicks off with the murder of a historian named Ram Mathur. His daughter Sia is completely lost. That is, until she gets help from a mystery author, Om Patnaik. Turns out, her father left behind a trail, these 9 ancient riddles that launched them on this insane, dangerous chase all across India, with a killer right on their tail.
Now, what the author does here is really interesting. The book tells 2 stories at the same time. In the present, you've got this super fast-paced, thrilling chase to solve the riddles. But woven all through that is this other story, set way back in the ancient past, which shows us exactly how this secret society started and, what this dangerous knowledge is that they're trying to protect.
So yeah, it's a pretty ambitious way to tell a story. And when it really clicks, it makes for a book you just can't put down. So let's get into what the book really gets right.
Pretty much everyone agrees on the big wins here. The whole idea itself is a huge hook, blending Indian mythology with ancient science. That combo fuels this breakneck pace, taking you through all these clever riddles and really vivid, well-researched places across India. And the best part? It all leads up to a final twist that, honestly, most readers find super satisfying. This quote really just hits the nail on the head. It explains the book's unique vibe perfectly. This isn't just your standard whodunit. It digs into these more obscure or esoteric legends to make the mystery feel so much bigger, asking questions about knowledge, power, and history itself. But, no book is perfect, and a book this ambitious is bound to have a few weak spots. So for a fair look, we've got to talk about where the story kind of stumbles a bit. So probably the most common critique you'll hear is that the book feels like a tale of 2 halves. On one hand, you have this incredibly clever, complex plot with these fascinating puzzles that just pull you right in. But on the other hand, the characters who are actually driving that plot can feel a little thin. Their personal growth and why they do what they do sometimes gets pushed to the side for the sake of the action. And it's not just the characters. Some readers point out that the pacing can get a little choppy. Jumping back and forth in time can kind of kill the momentum, especially when the historical parts get bogged down with a lot of explanation. Also, the basic setup has definitely drawn comparisons to authors like Dan Brown, so it might feel a little familiar. And even though that final twist is great, some people feel the wrap-up that comes after is a bit rushed. So, if you take all of that into account, the good and the not so good, what's the final call? Looking across the board, the consensus seems to land it in a really solid 3.5 to 4 out of 5 stars. So it's definitely seen as an ambitious, really entertaining ride, just with a few noticeable bumps along the road. So here's the deal, right? It really just boils down to this. You're getting a book with a brilliant, super intelligent plot that mixes mythology, history, and a high-speed chase. The trade-off is you kind of have to be okay with characters that aren't super deep, some uneven pacing, and the story structure that's going to feel familiar if you've read a lot of thrillers. And that brings us to the most important question of all. Is this book actually for you? You should absolutely pick this book up if you love mysteries with really complex riddles and puzzles. If you get a kick out of thrillers that are just steeped in history, mythology, and even a bit of speculative science, especially Indian history and Buddhist philosophy, this is going to be right up your alley. It's perfect for readers who care more about a fast-moving plot than a deep dive into characters. Now, on the flip side, you might want to give this one a pass if what you're really looking for is deep character development and a strong emotional connection. If jumping between timelines drives you crazy, or you're hoping for something that totally breaks the mold of the typical thriller, this probably isn't it. And hey, if you like your thrillers to stay 100% grounded in reality, some of the more speculative ideas in here might just pull you out of the story. At the end of the day, The Emperor's Riddles is this big, ambitious, intelligent chase through history. It's a journey that's really fueled by fascinating ideas, even if the emotional side of things isn't its strongest point. So, the final question is for you. Are you ready to take on The Emperor's Riddles?